Okay. Alright, just getting the show ready. Hope everyone's having a good time. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. And I hope you guys enjoy the game. And for Jordan Walker, as well as Tan Man C, best of luck, because I know that one of you is going to be moving on to the Division Series. So I hope you guys have a good time and enjoy, or rather, good luck to you guys. And also, speaking of Tan Man himself, there he is. So, Tan Man, big game for you, my friend. And also, Crimson Ninja. That's another guy that who is with the White Sox, who is still awaiting. Actually, he's going to be taking on the Angels, as they are the next highest seed. But it's great to see you, man. Okay, good. But anyway, this is going to be a very fantastic game, and I don't know what else to say except the best of luck to you guys, and hope everyone is staying safe wherever you guys are. I'm so excited I can't contain myself, really. Okay, cool. Alright. There we go. Let me just make sure I... Alright, cool. Got it. Okay. So, last time we had Detroit overcome Baltimore, but now it's going to be Pittsburgh at Philadelphia. Also, we have Clinton, and of course he's on the Yankees, and he will take on the Detroit Tigers for the Division Series. What we still don't know is, well, we do know that St. Louis and the Giants will go at it one more time. But the Atlanta Braves are either going to face off against the Pirates or the Phillies. That's what's at stake. Who is going to face off against Atlanta? Well, the time for talk is over, and the time for action is now. Now, normally I would contact Zach, but I don't have a way to contact Zach, so it is what it is. Also, great to see Deidre Lewis, your hometown Philly. Well, best of luck to them. Best of luck to, and of course we have Munchie, a.k.a. Deidre Lewis. Yeah, it's the Battle of Pennsylvania, and yes, we do want to continue. Alright, so we're going to let the computer do it. So here are the brackets, just so you want to take a look at them. The matchups, Jordan Walker, 5th in the lineup, and on the mound is our boy, the Philadelphia is Tan Man C, though. Lots of health to Christian Eriksen, a player for the Danish national team. This is brand new to me. I've never, well, it's not that I don't care. It's just I've never heard of him until just now. But I wish him nothing but the best and prayers to him. And I hope he does recover in time for the World Cup, which would have happened last year had it not been for the thing. And yes, yep, she is a Philly fan through and through.
And Danny, as we take in the historical comparison there, these are two franchises that have to feel good about earning their way here into the postseason.
I mean, there you see the Phillies, 2 championships, one in 1980 and one in 2008. The Pirates, of course, have 5 championships. Some of them happened relatively early in their franchise, including 1960, 1971, and their last one in 79. And I hope he does recover, does Eriksen. Maybe he just needs some time to rest. That's all he needs. I would think so. And we have Mason the Fox. So it's great to see Mason, and I did hear what happened on the last video, Mason, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know what to say. What could I say? But I'm happy that you're here. But like I said, I understand what happened, and I wish nothing but the best. Just as much as I want to wish nothing but the best for Christian Eriksen as well. Well, I hope everything did turn out all right. Anyway, while we were talking, Tanner gets out the first pitch, and there he is, number 33, Tan Man C. Also, hello to Tito. And so far, 2 balls to begin this. She passed this morning. Yeah, I heard. Well, I heard she was having trouble, but I don't know what else to say except may she be in heaven.
Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however.
Looks neat. Oh yeah, your character. I try to make him look as close to you as possible, just because I've seen what you look like. But as for who, are you talking to Mason, Tanner? All right, so we got a full count. Swings and fouls it. Now this is a full 9-inning game, so, and basically this whole video is the whole game is its own video, really. There are exceptions. I'll mention it when we get a chance to.
There's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball.
Mason, you left me behind.
Swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
I believe it was her, I'm sorry, I believe it was Mason's grandmother. And also, there's Mr. Best in the World. Well, you're just in time for your game. Right now, you are batting 5th in the order, so right now you haven't gotten up to bat yet. And already an out for Tanner. My great-grandfather was my namesake. Or grandfather, sorry. I mean, we were just talking about family, that we haven't focused on the game, but of course family is more important, obviously. Fouls it off. Count is even at 2.
If he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
And a foul.
Contact there as he spoils off a good changeup.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting started here in
Yes,
Philly.
condolences to Mason and the family. Now it's a full count again.
These last 2 guys are making him work quite a bit out there. Both have been long at bats.
And it's kind of funny because, you know, the Pittsburgh Pirates of 1979, their theme for that season was "We Are Family." Like the song "We Are Family." I got all my brothers and me. We are family. Like that song.
And up next is Brian Hayes.
Get up, everybody, sing. Anyway, a walk issued to, I didn't see who it was that he issued the walk to, did Tanner. But other than that, though, my best wishes to Mason, and I will leave it at that. Also, hello to Mythic Legends Wrestling.
And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
Yes, karaoke with TJ, yeah.
A little bit off the edges, but he gets the respect.
80s rock. Then you probably already know about Van Halen and AC/DC and I believe Metallica and Megadeth and some of the... I'm trying to think of all the 80s rock bands that came out of the 80s and some that just... that started in the 70s going into the 80s, so I remember those bands there. Hear the money talk. And
Started to go. Did he hold
and
it in time?
the okay, so they give a ball to Hayes there with a runner at first, top of the first.
And he misses again.
And that's another walk issued by Tanner. He's going to have to start pitching guys out.
Some guys take a little time to find the zone, but with the second walk of the first inning, it might be a little more than just settling in here. Not sure how long of a leash they'll give him, but they're not going to let him walk the world out there.
So now
Tanner's going to have to settle down if he wants to get out of this jam right now.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fouled away.
Hey, when you're featuring
I just want to have fun. And that's probably the best thing you could do. Now, obviously, you do want to win if you want to keep going. You know, keep playing and things like that. Anyway, pops it up. And 2 down. So that's a good recovery there. All right, so there you see Jordan Walker, number 5, coming up. So now we get the head-to-head matchup between first baseman Jordan Walker and, yes, our friend Tan Man C. Of course, Jordan looks a little bit different, but other than that, though, it's the same guy. So Jordan has 2 runners on base with 2 outs. He's already up in the count, 1-0.
Reynolds at second, Hayes on at first with 2 down.
Wouldn't be surprised if those two got inside the ring. He hits it right to the first baseman, and that's going to end the inning. So Tan Man gets out of a jam, and now we turn over to Philadelphia. Excuse me. So we saw Cool in the game that in the game between them and the Milwaukee Brewers. And Cool, I will say this, Chad Cool, he did so well against the Brewers. I mean, he didn't allow a run, and he was only given a run by his teammates. So it was a 1-0 victory for Cool. We'll see if he can repeat that performance tonight. And he'll have to do it against Andrew McCutcheon, who hit a home run in the game between the Phillies and the Nationals.
The 1-0.
Hey, that's a good sinker right there. That's his bread and butter pitch, and if he's got that going, especially early, it's going to be tough to get some runs off.
Count is 2-1. And that misses 2-1.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Now Cool has a chance to put him out. Let's see if he does it. And he gets him in the corner, the bottom left corner away from him, and that's a strikeout. I'm starting my job next week on Monday.
Some guys are real good low ball hitters, but more often than not, keeping the
Well,
ball down.
I hope you do well at your new job, and I hope maybe you get a raise and whatnot. But it is early, so you know you're young, and anything you can do to make money now would definitely help you in the long run. Also, hello to Joker and to Nicole McQueen.
Change up low, 2-0.
Hope everything's going well with Joker, McQueen, and I know it's going to be all right with you, Mr. Mason. Anyway, a nice hit, and that's going to get a runner on first with 1 out.
Want the guys at the top of the order to do. Set the table for the monsters. 3, 4, 5. Nice piece of hit.
Good hit there by Bohm. All right, here he is, Bryce Harper.
Here's Bryce Harper now. And he takes ball 1.
And of course, he's not going to swing at something too high.
He was a first-round pick back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
Yeah, Matty, you cannot miss on your first rounder. And they didn't with this guy. He has turned himself
All right,
into
2-0,
an absolute superstar.
as Cool, knowing full well he does not want to give anything that Bryce Harper can hit. Something like that, but it's foul.
Runner at first here, 1 man out.
Hits it the other way, but it's hit right to the third baseman, and that's going to be 2 outs.
With that, a look at the Phillies batting order in this one.
You still have Realmuto, sorry, Rhys Hoskins, Didi Gregorius, and then at the tail end you have Tan Man. So we'll get to see if Tan Man can hit some balls, baseballs.
Just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. The 1-0 home. Swinging a ground ball to third.
The ground ball, and they get the out at first to Walker. And after 1, it's 0-0.
1 left for Philadelphia. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Second inning set to go, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Gregory Polanco.
Back on the mound is Tanner. We'll see if he's tightened up his pitches to,
First pitch on its way.
Get a quicker inning for himself. Because I know, if anything, Pittsburgh's going to want to drive the count up, his pitch count, that is. Get him to tire out, and then get the bullpen to come in. And of course, we all know that the bullpen for Philadelphia is not exactly top shelf. Ooh, nice cut, but foul.
He got the fastball where he wanted and just pulled off of it.
Got him to swing there. 2-2.
Hey guys, that fastball just registered 97 miles an hour. On a night like tonight, where it's super cold out,
hits it right to the shortstop, and they get the out at first. 1 down.
Stung by a pack of wasps.
Goes in time for the first out of the second.
So here's how the Phillies are positioned defensively. And guys, the thing I want you to take a look at today is in today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not like to shift a lot. Maybe a step to your right or left, but there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
All right, so Adam Frazier up next.
So here's Adam Frazier.
But yeah, I'm happy that you did get a new job, or you're getting your first job. All I can say is do the best you can. Listen to your boss, listen to instruction. It definitely goes a long way in your career.
Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball, 1-1. Swing and a line.
Nice hit, but it's hit right to
there, 2 down.
Harper, so that's 2 down. Nice sequence there for Tanner just to get maybe 2 pitches, and that's it.
Next to stand in is Jacob Stallings. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch of the AB on its way.
Ooh, nice pitch there. Nice four-seam fastball. 100 miles.
I think you're going to see him continue
And
to elevate.
Crimson saying hello to Joker, Nicole, and Tan Man.
Ball and a strike now. No contact there.
And now Tan Man in the lead, 1-2. Nice cut there and a strikeout. Great series of pitching there on Tan Man's part. We'll see if the Phillies can make use of the momentum that he just gave them.
Last half of the second set to go, and that'll bring up Rhys Hoskins.
The first baseman, Rhys Hoskins.
ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Ooh, nice hit. And it could go. No, it's not. It'll go off the fence. And that will be a double. Great hit there by
That was a great job of
by Hoskins.
extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head. One hopping it off the wall for an easy double.
Nice
That's one of
opposite
those
field
solid
hit.
hits that you don't
Rhys
even see
Hoskins.
coming off the bat.
Here's Didi Gregorius.
And a hit down the middle.
And that's through into center field.
And this could plate somebody. And it will. Philadelphia takes the lead 1-0 after a 1 RBI single.
Double, then single. Ambush tactics.
I mean, not bad. Not bad if you're the Phillies to get a couple of hits in a few pitches.
Gene Segura standing in. Nope. No ball and no strikes.
Well, right now Tanner has a 1-run lead. We'll see if the Phillies can give him some more runs to work with.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Well, you have to have a lot of confidence and composure.
Now, I will mention one thing, and that is, if at any time one team gets ahead by 10 runs, like let's say if it's the visiting team, if they get to 10 runs or more, and then the other team is unable to get to a 9-run differential or less, then I will call the game. By the same token, if the home team gets to a 10-run or more margin, then I will call the game. And that's just so that you're not watching a slaughter throughout the whole time. Like, I want to see close games. So if that should ever happen, I will let you guys know. Or if it should happen, that's what will happen, is what I was trying to say. I can't talk. Anyway, nice strikeout there by Chad Poole.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance. It's
I mean,
on the
nice
ground
cut
for a
there.
double play. And, hey, a strikeout always works too.
Into the box now, Roman Quinn.
And a bunt. That's going to... Wow! What a well-placed bunt there by Quinn. A bunt hit. So now that's going to be 2 runners on base for Tan Man. Well, now we'll see if Tan Man can hit it out.
To the plate now, number 33. As he'll take strike one.
And Tanner will take a strike to begin. But if I'm not mistaken, I think this is Tanner's first ever chance at bat. So I wish you nothing but the best, Tanner. Went for a swing and a miss. That was a good pitch there by Poole. Well, now Tanner's going to have to protect the plate if it gets close. And I honestly thought he didn't swing, but I guess I guess the umpire felt that he swung far enough to be considered a strikeout. So, well, there you go.
It's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
Well, now at the top of the order.
Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch.
Hits it down the middle again, and this could bring in another run.
Long throw to the plate.
It does. Now it's 2-0 Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is on a run. And looks like the coach for the Pirates, or the pitching coach, gonna have to find out what's wrong with Poole and get him to settle down, because at the rate he's going, he might just get the leash.
At the plate, Alec Bone. And he hits it hard.
Hits it the opposite way, but they get the out at first, but not before allowing 2 runs as Philadelphia now leads 2-0.
Tonight, as they should be. Coverage of the wild card game rolls on after this.
Nice sign there.
And stepping in, Chad Cool, 9-1-2 due up.
All right, so now Tanner gets to go up against Cool with Cool at bat this time.
A couple, but they need to get something going on offense to keep pace, even though it's early.
No balls and a strike to count.
I'll ask Tanner how he'll feel, or how he feels, when the Phillies get back to bat. At the bottom of the third, I should say. Pops it up. And Harper gets it. One down. Oh, it was a strikeout. Okay.
Kevin Newman looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB. I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language.
Ooh, nice curveball.
And a nice early feel.
Tell you one thing, Tanner, he's been working on his pitching since the last time that we saw him on the show.
Swing and a flare down the line.
Hits it the other way, and what a catch! What a catch by Bryce Harper. Then again, why should I be surprised? This is Bryce Harper we're talking about. Just extended himself. Nice catch there. Wow.
In now, Brian Reynolds. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. He drew a base on balls his first time up. The wind up and the 0-1.
Two-out Lightning definitely.
Well, now Tanner has the 0-2 count in his favor.
Hitter can get on. They could start something serious.
And well, a little bit outside, a bit too low, quite a bit low actually.
Biting there on that 0-2 breaking ball, but you got to be careful because this pitcher might throw him another one.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Breaking ball there.
And that's back to back.
Laying off, it's back to 2-2.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
2-2.
And 3 straight balls, so
went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
Tanner gonna have to come up with something.
Now the payoff pitch home.
And gets him to bite, but it's foul.
Another full count pitch home. Grounded up the first.
He hits it.
And a heck of an effort over
And
there.
great effort, but it was called foul, so still 3-2. And a strikeout.
That is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Pirates.
All right, so while Tanman is coming into the dugout, I mean, Tanman, how do you feel about your performance thus far? Your team is up by 2, and they have a chance to add to that lead as we speak. And we start off with Bryce Harper.
First pitch on its way.
And he hits, well, that would have been a single, but the shift made it easy for them to get the out. 1 down.
So next to the plate for the Phillies, JT Realmuto grounded out.
Really good. Happy with how we're doing. Well, that being said, though, it's still early. I mean, we still got 6 innings left to go. Well, not including the one that you're in right now.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fouled off.
It's been a team effort, and that's what you got to do. Yep. I like the bell, you know, just because it is the Liberty Bell.
Hit on the ground,
Hits it, but it's hit right to the shortstop, and they'll get him out.
And there's out number
2 down. Baseball is not one of my favorite sports, but it's been an entertaining game. That's kind of what I do. I skip the regular season because that can be a drag, and just focus on the playoffs because that's really where it's at. You know, like once you get to the playoffs, that's really where baseball shines the most.
Turned things around from that last inning as this pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-2 now.
I mean, IRL, I mean, the Phillies do have a chance to get back into the division and possibly win it, but time will tell.
They hold a 2-0 lead.
Anyway, nice 1-2-3 inning for Cool, excuse me, after giving up 2 runs in the previous inning. After 3, it is still 2-0, Philadelphia. All right, so while Tanner is going to go back in there, he'll have to start with the 3, 4, 5 batters, which are the toughest batters of the lot. That's usually what it is when you make the lineups, is that you want your 3 best batters in 3, 4, and 5. Or the run producers, I should say. The best hitters you put at 1 and 2.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
All right, so still 1 and 2 in favor of Tan Man.
Speed pitch his second time through the order, and we just saw 3 in a row.
And yep, a little bit outside.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different
nice curve, or actually that was a changeup. That was a really good changeup there by Tanner. That's 4 strikeouts. So Tanner doing pretty well on the mound. I mean, he started off, like, he started out with 2 walks in the first, but ever since then, he's been very effective. Hits it right to the first baseman, and they'll just get him out. 2 down. Back to the plate is Jordan Zach Walker.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
First delivery to him. And lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Now a breaking ball, but it's low.
All right, so 2-0 in favor of Jordan Walker.
Be careful, because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
I mean, Walker is... He would love to take a walk if he could. But he gets him on the corner, does Tanner.
For the batter now is he's gotten so inside conscious after those first 2 pitches. Anything on the outer half of the plate's going to look a foot outside.
And he gets him to pop up.
He's under it, and that ends the inning.
I do not watch either team.
They trail it here 2-0.
All right, so that's going to do it for the Pirates as we get to the Phillies' turn at bat.
And now,
bottom of the 4th.
He singled in his first AB.
Yeah.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And this one just misses off the corner. It's inside.
And now Cool is starting out 2-0.
Here's the pitch.
And gets him on the bottom part of the plate, or the strike zone, I should say. And of course, Didi Gregorius, I mean, he was part of the Yankees team that won the World Championship on MLB The Show 19. So I'd imagine that, you know, Gregorius is going to have experience you know, not just based on that, but also his IRL exploits with the Yankees. Right now, Gregorius is just battling, and if nothing else, trying to get the pitch count up on Cool. And he gets himself a base hit. Great base hit.
That's the difference in today's games. Pitchers will throw any pitch in any count, but the batter was able to deliver on a 3-2 breaking ball.
And that'll bring up Gene Segura as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
I mean, right now the Phillies have them right where they want them, but the worst mistake they can make is taking their foot off the grass. They just cannot do that.
2-1.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Right now, Cool is just. I'll tell you one thing, Cool. I'll give him credit. I mean, he's not giving up. He knows that it's going to be up to the hitters, or for Pittsburgh, if they want to get back in this. And that was a wild pitch. And lays off that pitch, and that's going to be a walk. Now you have 2 runners on base. And this is very dangerous if you're Pittsburgh, because a base hit here could possibly bust this game open.
Striding in is Roman Quinn as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box.
Very difficult to be a switch hitter in baseball today. Without question, the more comfortable side being from the right side. So he's going to have his work cut out for him here, hitting left-handed.
1 ball, no strikes to count. 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Drops 1 down.
And another bunt.
To second for 1.
And they will get the force at second, and 1 out. But now Tanner back on the plate, so we'll see what Tanner has done to make any adjustments if he needs to when it comes to being at bat.
And he'll be back in standing up.
I mean, look at Tanman. This guy is a giant, if I've ever seen one.
Hey, this is spot as a pitcher right now.
All I will say is, if he gets a hold of the ball, you could say you could pretty much say sayonara to it. And he hits it the other way, and it drops. It's fair.
And the run will score all the way from first. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
Wow, Tanman scores, gets a 2 RBI double, and it was just on the line, and that was a hit. So Tanman helping his own cause.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now. Now McCutchen,
and he hits it,
carrying well to left field.
And
going back is the left fielder.
And it's out.
This one is gone. A home run.
Andrew McCutchen with a home run, as that's going to score both Tanman and himself. Now this game is starting to bust open.
It's now 6-0.
And look at Tanman jumping for joy. And the skipper for Pittsburgh is not too happy about it. And why should he be?
This is the first home run of the game, but the bats are definitely alive for both teams tonight. There have been a ton of hits already. These pitchers might want to duck and cover if things continue this way.
And yep, he's going to get the hook. Is Cool.
change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening.
And of course, Poole not too happy with his performance, and quite frankly, I wouldn't be too myself if I was in his shoes.
Much earlier than anticipated. Luis Oviedo answers the call from the pen here in the fourth, as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for.
I'll tell you one thing: if Philadelphia gets to 10 runs, then I will call it. You know, just so you guys don't have to watch the whole game. You know, if it's a blowout like this. But we'll see. Pops him up. Yeah, a very oof performance indeed. They get 2 down, but the damage may be done.
So with his day over now, you get a look at the final pitching line for the Pittsburgh starter. Clearly not the postseason outing he had envisioned.
Yeah, nothing seemed in sync for him out there in this one, Matt. He just couldn't get the ball where he wanted to, and the opponents really took advantage of that. That's a brutal feeling sitting in the dugout. Know that you disappointed your team and you went out there and laid an egg.
Outfield shaded toward
I do feel bad for him to an extent. I really do. But now, it's going to be up to Oviedo, if that's how I pronounce his name.
It's 2-0.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
Yeah, Phillies seem to just want it more, and I mean, they hadn't won a championship since 08, so I don't blame them. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
And ooh, good hit, but not far enough. That's the end of the fourth, but the Phillies score 4, and they are up 6-0. And anything short of a miracle, and I think the Phillies are going to be moving on.
And we're back from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Derek Shelton during the commercial break about the Pirates' offense, and he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. All the way up and down the lineup, he said he's seeing swings break down and result in soft contact. He said some of that is pitch selection, some of it is poor swing mechanics, and some of it is a lack of focus. But either way, the message down here is that they need to find ways to make adjustments in the box, guys.
Okay, thank you,
All right.
Heidi.
Also, hey, JWE, what's up, man? So, yeah, if you didn't hear, the hitters for Pittsburgh are going to have to make some adjustments against Tanner, who so far has dominated this game. You know, other than the rough start in the first inning, Tanman has dialed it in. So we'll see what adjustments they make to Tanman. Anyway, it's great to see Mr. JWE. What's up, man? So, JWE, the next time we have you for a game, you're going to be going up against the Chicago White Sox in the division series. So, for now, you just get to chill and watch the game. All right, so 2-2 for Tanner. But it's good to see you, man.
Good sinker there, gets him swinging for the first out.
And how many strikes out? Wow, that's 5 strikeouts for Tanner.
No one on with 1 down, and that brings up Adam Frazier. First pitch on the way.
And, hey, Lucky. It's good to see you, Lucky. And JWE is cool. All right, I like that.
And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1.
Hits it the other way, but it's foul.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Fly ball out
And he
toward
hits
left
it.
Center field.
And it will drop, and that might be a double.
Down, and the Bronco's first hit of the game is good for extra bases. And
well,
he is in at second base with a one
well,
out.
I knew that Tanner, like, it was either Tanner was going to throw a no-hitter, but, I mean, I will say that was a great hit there. What can I say? I mean, that was just a great pitch, but an even better hit. So,
he hit it right on the screws.
So, he earned that one. That's the thing about Tanner. He makes you earn the hits you get. But now there's a runner on second and one out. And anyway, I hope it. And also, I want to say hello to Lucky, and I hope everything's going well in Lucky Land. Is what I was trying to say. I can't talk.
A ball and no strikes. Here it is. That could be a sinker there, up in the zone a bit, but called a strike.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
Yeah, change up here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. And it misses.
A bit too far outside, and that was easy for the hitter not to lay off of it. Now it's 3-1, and that's only the third walk that Tanner has given up. Now there are two runners on base with one out.
Now into the box, Luis Oviedo. First
Oviedo, okay, so that's how you pronounce his name. All right.
He was a late entrant into this one.
Well, we'll see if Oviedo has a much better chance than Tanner has, or than his predecessor did. I'm sorry. And they get the out at second, so they get the force at second. And now it's two down with runners on the corners. And for Newman, he's 0 for 2. But this is a big chance for him to get at least one run on the board. He hits it, but it's popped. And I'm surprised they didn't even go for that, as it was relatively close to being caught, but I guess not. Swing and a miss. Great. I'm not sure what kind of pitch that was, so I'm not even going to ask what it is.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch.
Almost got him, but it was foul. Tanner up to 78 pitches and about to throw his 79th. Oh, dropped.
Knocked down at home plate. Good job.
He dropped it, but they managed to keep the runner at third from going any further.
Set and the 1-2 pitch.
2-2.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
Swing and a miss. That's going to end the fifth, or the top of the fifth, rather. So far, Newman and most of the other guys have not been able to get anything other than just one hit off of Tanman. So, what can I say? Tanman is just doing what he is, doing what he does, and that's just being the man.
During the commercial break about the Phillies offense. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said it was clear his guys were locked into their at-bats from the very first pitch, and that's something they emphasized in the pregame meetings. He's happy they got the message, as now they've gotten into the bullpen, and they put up some solid run production in the early part of this game.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. So now it'll be the four-hole hitter, JT Realmuto, as we move past the halfway point in this one and begin the bottom of the fifth.
Realmuto. I still remember his time in the Marlins, so I remember when they traded for him. So we'll see if he can pay dividends from right here. So, also in the booth, we have, well, not in the booth, but rather in a suite, is Clinton Cage, who, although he's watching the game as a spectator, he is scouting in the event that, should his team end up facing one of these two teams, there's always that possibility. We could see one of these two teams go to the to the World Series. And it's looking like the Phillies most likely. And a hit down the middle and a base hit. Great job there by Realmuto, excuse me.
Another line drive leadoff single right now. I mean, they've had an unbelievable scouting report.
I mean, good pitch. It was just better hit.
Finding barrels. They're not trying to do too much. Guys are staying in the big part of the field and hitting everything on the screws.
Next to bat will be Rhys Hoskins. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
And that was kind of an uncharacteristic swing there, because that was way out of the box. So I mean, certainly not one I would have swung at. But then hit right up the middle, and it manages to get past the shortstop. And we have runners on the corners. Awesome. Yeah, that was close.
This is what can happen.
Very not. I like that.
Yeah, and you just got to prepare yourself as an offensive player. You're just trying to get the runner in from third. You can't worry about creating a monster inning. Do your job.
So now to the plate, Didi Gregorius. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Runners are at first and third with none out.
And whoa, what a shot. And that's going to be an out, but that's going to bring in another run. It does. So now it's 7-0 Philadelphia. Nice sacrifice fly there by Gregorius.
Now the first pitch.
You know, a lot of guys
right now, Philadelphia just systematically taking out their competition. Whether it's on defense, whether it's by pitching, or in this case, hitting.
There's a strike with the breaking ball.
You got to go into battle mode.
Yeah, and they better wake up, because if they don't, this might not even be a long game. At the rate they're going.
Segura behind on a 1-2
Segura not going to swing at that one. So if the lead stays as it is, if the Phillies hold on to win, they're going to be taking on the Atlanta Braves, and of course the Braves are a loaded team.
High in the air, down
and
the right field line.
That's going to be a pop-up, and that's 2 down. But yeah, the Braves will be a much different team. They will be a tougher team to get through. So, I mean, it's a murderer's row type of team, because you got 4 guys that can hit. They can rake, and that's in addition to the players they already had, like Ronald Acuna Jr., Freddie Freeman. Just to name a few. They get the force out at second, and that's the end of the inning. But yeah, the Braves will definitely be a much tougher team for the Phillies to handle. So they'll have to step up their game. Not to say they didn't do it against the Pirates. They're doing exactly what I thought they would.
The switch hitter, Brian Reynolds, will start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
Yeah, I think if I'm the hitting coach right here, Matty, I'm telling the offense to get aggressive. Just seems like we've been going too deep in counts, and this guy has got exploding stuff on the mound. So I would tell them get overly aggressive on a heater in the middle of the plate early.
Tandman at 81 pitches. And every time that Philadelphia has had a good run of hits and runs, it gives Tandman some time to rest. So So even though Tanman is up to 83 pitches, he's well rested in between innings, or half innings, I should say. So Tanman is in great shape. Anyway, nice foul there onto Reynolds, or by Reynolds, excuse me. But if Pittsburgh is going to come back, they better make use of this. And, well, it's off the wall. For a moment, I thought that was out of the yard, but it just goes off the wall. And it's a leadoff double.
You can see he puts a good swing on it, but I don't think he got her just enough to put some back.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Clinton. I think they might have heard you right there. And if that's the case, now's the time to wake up.
Brian Hayes digging in now. As he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike one. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a check swing here.
A check swing, but it was still in the strike zone. So 0-2. I will give Tanner a lot of credit. He's been worth the price of entertainment so far. Swing and a miss, and they'll have to throw him out to get it, and they get it. One down. And that's his 7th strikeout for Tanner.
Complete the plate first after the ball hit the dirt.
Stepping in now, Brian Goodwin, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
And, ooh, good hit. Very solid hit, but it was hooked foul.
One out and a runner on second base. Popped up. Hoskins.
And, ooh, Hoskins went for the dive and tried to catch it in foul territory, but couldn't get it. Still 0-2. A bit too low on the strike zone, so 1-2. Gets a little bit too inside, and Goodwin lays off of it. Still 2-2. But now the pitch count is going up to 95 on Tanner.
Here's another 2-2. And he struck him out.
And a strikeout. I guess he must have swung and missed. It happened so fast I couldn't see it, but anyway, that's his 8th strikeout. And for Jordan Walker, so far he has not been very effective. He hasn't even gotten on base yet, actually, if I recall correctly. Wow, nice leap. That would have been a hit had he not jumped up and got it. Great play there by Didi Gregorius. He hit it, but he jumped up, got it. Great play there by Gregorius.
So stepping in is number 33, 1 for 2 with a double.
And Tanner already 1 for 2 with a double and 2 RBIs.
First offering.
We'll see if he can get up right now. Hits it, and it's foul. Has to straighten it out a little bit, because if he had hit it like that, it probably would have been out. Hits it the other way, but it's now 0-2.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Hits it on the ground, but they get the out at first.
In time for the first out.
Not a bad at bat for Tanner, but
So the Phillies batting order turns comes over.
but they got the job done, did Pittsburgh on that one.
And is 2 for 3 to this point.
And I will say this, Andrew McCutchen reaching back and getting some of that magic that he used to have when he was much younger.
Hardy there, no balls in the strike.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location.
Finally, no runs given up.
He keeps it above the letters.
And he falls behind 0-2. Bases are empty, one man out. And now a slider in there
got caught
for a
looking,
ball,
and
third strike, and there are 2 gone now.
and that was a good strikeout there by
Next
Oviedo.
to Alec Bohm flew out last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Cold strike at the letters, 0-1.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
High fly ball out to straight
Good hit,
center.
but unfortunately a bit too high and not far
trouble for
enough.
him as he makes the catch to
That's the end of
inning.
6, so
3 up, 3
at the
down
end of
for
6, it's still
Philadelphia, and they hold a
7-0.
7-0 lead. Seventh inning ready to roll. And coming forward, the
And Tanner at
outfielder,
97
Gregory
pitches.
Polanco.
The only thing that Tanner is playing for at this point is the shutout. So the question is he going to go all the way? Is he going to
First
pitch a
pitch of the
complete
AB
game
now.
and get a shutout in the process? That's the only thing that's left for Tanner to do.
Started this game, just pounding his
And
zone with a
how
high
many
90s
strikeouts could he
fastball.
get?
It almost looks like he's gotten stronger as the game's gone on.
Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1.
Ooh, good hit, but
it's
foul.
wide at first and foul. The 1-2.
And a bit too inside. Wasn't going to swing inside.
It's back to even at 2-2. And he fouls this one off. This is well struck. High and deep toward the left field corner.
And wait,
that'll get down out
that's
there
fair.
near the wall. He hit the corner and tries for third.
And
he'll get
that
there
is
as he
a
lines
leadoff
up the
triple.
triple.
Wow.
Smokes this thing, hustling all the way
I
around the
honestly
third.
thought he was going to catch that, but he
Nothing
didn't.
but zeros in this one, but he stands 90 feet away now, and they should be able to push him across.
And it falls just fair, though. And give McCutchen a lot of credit. He tried to catch that ball, but was just a little too late on that one. Or just a bit off, I should say. Well, now they have a chance to at least get one run on the board. Try to make a run at it. Time is running out. I mean, they only have this and the next 2 offensive innings in order to get this done. So the time is now. And Tanner's still out there.
First pitch of the AB on its way. High in the air.
Pops it up.
Shallow left center. Gregorius calls for it. One
But
down.
doesn't drive it far enough for the runner at third to even try to score and tag up. So not a bad pitch there by Tanner.
But he clearly had it under control.
Standing in now, Jacob Stallings. So look at a
Good
fastball.
first pitch strike.
On the outer half, it's 0-1. It was a walk in his last trip. Here's the 0-1.
A bit too high.
1-1.
Everyone in the ballpark knows what the pitcher's intentions are in this situation. Great job at the plate to lay off a tough pitch in a good spot.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ball hit on the ground.
All right, so 1-2.
Stands at third with one gone in the inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to the Pirates catcher.
Also, let me double check and see if there's any.
A swing and a
Anyway,
shot
hits
down
it
the
and
corner.
it's
That ball
out.
will stay fair and it's gone. A home run.
So a home run, and finally the Pirates are on the board as they get a 2-run home run
homer down
by
the line
Stallings.
left, and they're now on the board, though still well behind.
So for Pittsburgh, if they're going to make a run, now is the time. Stallings, big hit, and it hooks just fair enough to go out. Well, now it's time to bring in the relief. And for Tanner, great job there getting as far as he did, keeping the score as it is, and only giving up 2 runs on the very last pitch that he came up with.
One man gone in the top of the 7th.
Brandon Kinsler.
Eric Gonzalez will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Eric Gonzalez.
All right, so pinch hitting is Gonzalez. Brandon Kinsler. Excuse me.
Here comes the first pitch.
Hits it and
another
whoa!
drive deep
What a
down the
shot!
left field line.
And
Gone.
just like that, that's back-to-back.
Jacks on back-to-back pitches.
Wow! Pittsburgh,
So a
I'll
solo
give them
shot
credit. They're
down
not
the line
go,
he
they're
left.
not going
That is
away.
now a 7-3 game.
They are not going away. Great hit there by Gonzalez.
Well, the skipper called on him for a reason, and I can guarantee you one thing. That was not what he had in mind. First pitch, and it was out of here. That's a rough way to start your day at the office as a reliever.
Well, it's still 1 out, but now it's 7-3. So now Pittsburgh is starting to make a game out of this.
Kevin Newman, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
I don't know if Tanman's still in the chat, but if he is,
Already home here.
how did you feel about your performance, notwithstanding the fact that you gave up 2 runs towards the end?
Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2. Now some movement out in the Phillies bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen. Here it comes.
Nice protection there by Newman. Newman has so far been hitless, which is a very big reason as to why the Pirates are down as they are right now.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
But that really should go without saying.
Swing and a little bouncer, softly
a little
hit to the
bouncer,
right side
and
of the
they get the out at first.
Pulled out on a close play at first.
Very close, but it's an out. 2 down.
The Buccos, Ryan Reynolds, lifetime against Brandon Kinsler. Just a couple of matchups, no hits and 2 at-bats. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Reach in that time. It's strike 1.
Great job by the pitcher right there to pull the string. He knew he had an aggressive hitter at the plate, somebody who was sitting on fastball and ready to do damage, and he was able to slow him down right there and get him off balance.
Fouled off.
And already down 0-2 is Brian Reynolds.
Here it comes, 0-2. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. comes the 1-2.
Now the count is 2-2 at even. And now the count is full. I'll tell you one thing, Pittsburgh making a run, and, you know, Reynolds, to his credit, he was down 0-2 in the count. Now it's a full count. So anything close for him, and he'll try to hit it. And anything away, he was going to lay off of it, which he did, and he'll get a walk. He'll take it right now.
That's a great AB. Down 0-2 and you work the walk, but if you're a pitcher like me, that's just a case of letting a guy off the hook, and that can really frustrate you.
Now to the plate, here is Ke'Bryan Hayes. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
So now Hayes can continue the rally right here.
First offering on its way. Sinker's in there. No balls and a strike. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
And hits it right to the third baseman, but they get the out at first, and that's the end of the 6.5 innings. And now it's time for the 7th inning stretch. So I'm going to stand up. No. Whew. Oh yeah, I definitely felt that stretch.
Gets the call from the pen to take the ball for the home 7th.
Number 45, Michael.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Standing in is
and although Feliz means happy, I don't think he's going to be happy to start off with when it comes to Bryce Harper. And yes, even though Bryce is 0 for 3, the one thing is, you never know when he'll snap out of it. And when he does, that's when he becomes dangerous. So while Pittsburgh got 3 on the board, it would mean all for nothing if Philadelphia were just to score another 3 runs.
Phillies offers up perhaps one of the nastiest sliders around, and it won't be uncommon to see a lot of off-balance swings against it, and it'll be easy to see why once you see it come out of his hand. He's got a huge break on it. The 1-0 home. And this is foul tipped at the plate.
Foul
right
tipped.
off the arm of the catcher behind the plate. Ouch. The 1-1.
And what a shot, and this could be, I believe, a home run for Bryce Harper.
Solo home run off the bat of Bryce Harper as they open it up.
I mean, what did I say? I said that you never know when he'll snap out of it, because when he does, that's what's going to happen. And it happened.
Well, people always wonder why some players make so much money, and there's your answer. The great ones find
Yeah,
a way
Phillies.
to rise
Yeah,
to
Phillies
the
most
occasion
likely
in the
going to win this,
postseason, and he did
because
right there.
unless the Pirates can score a buttload of runs, it's running away with it. They're running away with it is Philadelphia. And Real Moto, this could be back-to-back.
Looking up is Goodwin.
And it is. Wow. Back-to-back. Second time this game.
JT Real Muto with a solo shot as it's now a 6-run ball game. We're we're watching an impressive power display today. With that one, these two teams have now hit a combined 5 homers in this game.
Yeah, Matty D, you don't see this very often, D-Ro, when it's cold and chilly like this. Wind blowing in a little bit, but we're still seeing a lot of home runs.
Yeah, Dan, I can't explain it. Let's just tip our hats to both offenses right now because they came to play. Moving traffic against this cold weather, not easy to do.
Reese Hoskins is at the plate now as he looks at strike
So
one.
far, with a double and a single, I guess the only thing Hoskins has left to play for is to get a cycle.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. One and one. Here it is.
And that was a little bit outside the strike zone. So I can understand why the fans didn't like that call. That one was way out. That was too easy for the umpire to call a ball. And a hit right to the first baseman. Throws it right to the pitcher, and they will get the out at first. One down.
Comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one.
And we're getting a very good look at all their pitchers for Pittsburgh because, you know, not to say that Pittsburgh's a great pitching team because they're not.
Didi Gregorius drove in a run with a sac fly last time up.
But today they've just gotten decimated.
And now the
I mean, there's just no getting around that.
Strike one.
And sure, while this team doesn't have a Jimmy Rollins and I forgot the other guy, Jimmy Rollins and Brandon Howard. That's it, Brandon Howard and Cliff Lee. I forget if he was on that team.
Half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2. Next, it'll be Gene Segura, previously against Carson Fulmer.
Here's the roster. I mean, they had guys like Adam Eaton, who still plays in the game today.
Set and the pitch.
Brad Lidge.
Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
Or actually, I'm sorry, that was another Eaton. Sorry.
Ball one.
But I mean, yeah, Ryan Howard and Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins,
Back and he falls behind 1 and 2. Bases are empty here.
Jason Worth, Shane Victorino, Charlie Manuel as the manager.
Here's a fastball that's wrapped out to left center, and this is going to.
I mean, they also had a first base coach in Davey Lopes. And, of course, I better remember Lopes as the second baseman for those great Dodger teams that, you know, competed for championships during, you know, the latter half of the 1970s all the way up to, if I'm not mistaken, the early part of the 80s, including the 81 championship. So I do remember Davey Lopes on those teams. Oh yeah, Cole Hamels. They had him and
that one's going to find the
among others, really.
One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Segura is off.
So I was just looking at the roster of the guys that won the last championship for Philadelphia.
Got him swinging.
Anyway, a swing and a miss, and that's going to end the inning. There's still 2 left to go,
So 2
or 2.5,
here, both
if I'm really to be honest with you.
Run. 8th inning coming up. It's the Phillies 9 and the
So for the
Pirates
Pirates, if they want to get back in this, they got to make a run right here.
He's going to get up off the dugout bench and confer at home plate, so we'll likely see a double switch here.
Oh yeah, and a double switch, that's something you don't see in the American League anymore. But it is something that you saw a lot of, or you see a lot of in the National League, and whenever, basically anytime an interleague game happens in a National League field park. So, yeah, you don't see that very often.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
Ooh, nice slap, but foul.
As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
You know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
2 balls and a strike to count.
And if you're Watson, the one thing you don't want to do is start walking Pittsburgh. You just cannot afford walks, especially if they start finding out what you do. And Watson's going to have to start bringing it in, because, you know, if you try to throw outside all the time, you know, they're just going to lay off. And they did, as Goodwin is already on base, and not even one strike during that whole time. So Watson has got to dial it in. And for Jordan Walker, now would be the perfect time to, you know, get a hit. In fact, even a single would suffice, really.
Here's the first pitch.
He hits it down, but he hits it right to the shortstop, and even though he beats out the throw at first, they get the force out and the lead runner at second, so 1 down. And Polanco with a triple. If he can get another one, then they'll score another run. But that's a big if.
Spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
Ooh, that almost hit him. That's another thing you don't want to do if you're Watson. You don't want to walk guys by hitting them.
There's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
And he hits it right to the second base, or the shortstop, but they get the double play, and just like that, it's over.
It's a double play, and the inning is over. This one pretty well in the bag. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. Phillies lead this one 9-3. Here now is Adam Hazley. He's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago.
You know, out of character, I do like some of the attention to detail when it comes to, like, the food. Like, they did a really good job with the graphics and whatnot. So minute, but yet I can definitely appreciate the, you know, attention to detail. Pit equals oof. Yeah, they did. They really oofed this one. And not just because, you know, Tan Man was pitching. I mean, you know, Philadelphia, I mean, they got their stuff together when it came to, you know, getting the hits. But that time they got the out at first. 1 down. So, Clinton, as far as your team, the Yankees, going up against the Tigers, what do you feel that, you know, you and the Yankees have to do to take on the Tigers? Because they proved that they were, you know, they were not easy to kill. You know, they came back and they took it from behind against, you know, the Orioles, and then and before that they had a 1-0 game against the Twins. So what do you feel that your team has to do in order to beat the Tigers?
3-1 count to the Phillies left fielder.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about
Hey,
this kind of
James,
hitter.
what's up?
Not a great spot to be
Hits
in.
it the other way, but it's foul.
Count
Full count. Great to see you, man.
The 3-2 pitch.
Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout.
That's the third time in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but at least his
Nothing
guys
much.
are
You,
ahead.
I'm doing pretty well. Getting close to the end of this game, but wow, it'll be tough. Get people on base and try to score as much as possible. Yeah,
And now, Alec Bohm, as he'll watch a
I
first
mean
pitch
that's why you have
drop in
guys
there
like
for strike one.
Aaron
Comes
Judge,
into this appearance in the
Giancarlo
midst of a
Stanton,
1-for-4 day.
DJ LeMahieu. Who else am I forgetting? And of course, you can't forget NBN John and Elmeister. You have those guys in particular to carry you.
Hard hit to the left side.
Anyway, hits
Taken in
a
out
nice
there
hit, but it was hit right to the shortstop to end the inning.
That time, and the inning is over.
So now we go to the top of the ninth. The Pirates are down 9-3. If they cannot score, they have to score 6 runs to tie the game. Anything less than that, and the game is over. So now David Hale coming in to pretty much put the end of this game on a bow.
Here's the first pitch. Lifted down the line.
Pops it up.
After it is McCutcheon. And they can't run it down. The 0-1. And there's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball.
Yeah, a bit too low and a bit too inside. Frazier, great batter, not going to just swing at that. And he wasn't going to swing at something that was too low. What spot am I in? Wait.
Now the 2-1.
Wait, did I put you in the game? If I didn't, I'll have to put you. No, I haven't made you yet. I'll have to make you, but then I'll have to wait until next playoff season to put you in. But I'll see to it that you get in, James. So. So I got you covered, Mr. James.
Stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there with a solid base hit.
Anyway, nice hit there. I didn't see who or how it happened. I was too busy talking to James though, but oh well. Anyway, one runner on base, no outs yet.
Here's the first pitch. Some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there.
Fans are going nuts here.
The 0-1.
Gets him on the top outside corner.
Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. Swing and a flare hit toward right.
It's it, and that's a blooper.
Can't get to it. This one's down.
So now you have 2 runners on base with no outs.
Well, that's what's so
Pirates not going away.
You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach.
And we have Anthony Alford going to go for a pitch hitting effort. So we'll see if he can, get the job done. He's got 2 runners on base and no outs.
Fly ball out to
And he hits it, but not far enough.
He makes the play.
Oh, they're going to tag out to,
And the throw from right
and it's
will
safe.
not be in time as he takes third on
So
the
they
fly
split
out.
the bases, and now we have runners on the corners with 1 out.
Making the third on the flyout. Now he's only 90 feet away with 1 out.
So the Pirates batting order turns over and set to go. Kevin Newman struggling so far in this one and looking to
And
erase
Newman
his
0 for 4.
ball game right here.
Hits it the other way,
Shallow right.
but it's hit right to
Harper has
Harper, and Harper's going to throw, but the catcher cannot handle the ball, and that throw was a little bit off, so Pittsburgh will score another run. So now it's 9-4 with 2 outs.
He's not a big power bat, so he was looking to get a fly ball to the outfield and give his guy at third a chance.
Next up is Brian Reynolds, and their season hangs in the balance here as they're down.
So it all comes down to this. It all comes down to Brian Reynolds. It comes down to David Hale.
Here's the first pitch. Brian Reynolds
Gonna lay off that pitch a bit too inside and a bit too low.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here. You've had a couple hits in the inning.
But other than that, though, I'm happy that you're doing well, Mr. James. And he pops it up,
and a fly ball,
and they cannot get it.
And that's in there. Base hit.
So now you have 2 runners on base.
Beggars can't be choosers right there.
That was a good blue hit single there.
Off the end of the bat doesn't matter.
Under normal circumstances, that probably would have been an out, but it dropped.
Archie Bradley gets the call here.
Well, now Bradley coming in
1 out to finish this thing off.
actually had an undefeated record of 2 wins and no losses, and he had 18 saves out of 21 opportunities. So now the Phillies are not going to mess around now.
Brian Hayes, and these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
The 0-1. And that misses 1-1.
All right, so 1-1. Final out. And fouled away, but now it's 1-2. 1 strike away from moving on to the division series is Philadelphia. And not going to swing at that is Hayes. Excuse me.
Pittsburgh down to their last strike.
Swing and a miss, and it's over.
And it's good night, Pittsburgh.
And Philadelphia will take on the Atlanta Braves in the next round of the playoffs. Let me look for my pen. I'll have to get a pen off after the show, but in any event, the Philadelphia Phillies have moved on to the division series to take on the Atlanta Braves. And really, that four-run 4th inning was really the start of the Phillies running away with it.
So for Mark DeRosa,
And although Pittsburgh, to their credit, they came back and tried to make a game out of it, they just were outgunned, they were just outmanned, outpitched, outfielded, everything. So the player of the game is JT Realmuto, 2 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. And Tanner gets the win with 6 innings and an out pitched. Great job there by Tanner. Other notable players, I mean, you have Andrew McCutchen with a home run and 3 RBIs. Bryce Harper, a home run of his own. Didi Gregorius had 2 hits with 2 RBIs. And while Jacob Stallings and Eric Gonzalez gave them the 3 runs that they got, that was really all they had. So congratulations to Philadelphia. So now we'll get a chance to look at the games to come. And we'll find out who gets to play the first game of the division series. Of course, I'm still talking to Tan Man about when we'll do the Super Bowl. And, okay. Let me take a look at... Okay. Okay, the 6th, okay. So the first game is the Los Angeles Angels at the Chicago White Sox. So we're going to see the Crimson Ninja in action as he will take on the duo of Brody Kirby and JWE, Josh Brooks. I mean, not to... and also, you cannot forget about Shohei Ohtani. You cannot forget about Mike Trout. But then, of course, you have Chicago and all their hitters. And then, of course, you have Crimson Ninja himself as the pitcher. And then, of course, you have the game between the San Francisco Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals. So Los Angeles at Chicago, that will be the next game. So that's something to look forward to. And in the meantime, I am going to save the game or save this file. Yes, I'm gonna overwrite this. Yes. Okay. So there's the bracket. For those of you wondering. So we'll find out if Crimson Ninja will be up to the task of trying to take out or shut down the Angels. And of course we all know that the Angels are an offensive juggernaut, but so are the Red Sox, but so are the White Sox. So it'll be interesting to see how it will go down. But until then, this is the Blue Toad to Jew 22 signing off, saying goodbye. I will see you next week, whether it be at around this time or a little later. I don't know. But stay safe. Wear your mask. Get vaccinated if you haven't. And if you did, thank you. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.